Hey gang, welcome back to another episode of My Lighting is Fucking Terrible. I literally have one lamp to rule them all. And it usually sits behind my computer, but it's too dark when it sits back there. So it has to be up here. And today I kind of have a part 2 to when I talked about staying connected with like the news and social media and all that. And it's really about like the balance with this fucking thing with your phone and technology and all that in general, and actually like living your life, because that is something that I am recently navigating, mostly because of the me just losing my shit on with social media and deleting it from my phone, because it is important to stay informed, and it's also important to not lose your goddamn mind. So I only check like Twitter occasionally, and like I didn't really check Instagram or Facebook either. Like the only thing I have on my phone is Blue Sky, and that's because half of Blue Sky is literally just like furry corn. We'll say it's corn so YouTube doesn't kill me. And I also don't really scroll on Blue Sky as often. I've noticed I've begun scrolling more on it, probably because I uninstalled Twitter and can't scroll on that. But I'm not seeing as many, rage bait news articles. I'm actually like seeing, oh, that's some cool artwork. Oh, why are you showing me this Blue Sky? There's some weird shit on Blue Sky. I honestly might uninstall that too, if I'm being honest. Well, sometimes I like to post it. That's a work in progress. But going back on topic, like balancing your tech usage with being a real functional human being is another thing that I'm just really like. I'm working on that one. The social media thing, it's like, yeah, this is obviously a net negative. If there were any positives to get out of it, axe it. Get it the fuck off my phone. But with like technology in general, like my laptop, which it's in the bag. It's not like out or anything, but like the laptop, this computer, and my smartphone specifically, that's a little trickier to navigate, because this isn't a case of just, oh, this is designed to be a bad thing for me. Like, it's designed to be addictive. It's like, yes, it is easy to get distracted on these things and like get addicted and not do anything, but there's also a lot of good things to do with these devices. So it's like, I can't just get rid of them, because I know there's like a growing movement of people who are just going back to dumb phones, and they're just going off that. And if that works for you, more power to you. I applaud you going through that many hoops. It's a little tricky for me though, because of my hobbies and my hopefully soon to be profession over there. The good old fashioned music. I like to write things, and sometimes I don't have a notebook with me. But you know what I do have? I've got this fucking thing. Sometimes I'll have an idea and I won't have anything to write on. And I know the obvious solution is just bring a notebook with you everywhere, but where the fuck am I going to put that? I don't have a purse. I still have men's jeans. I still have pockets. because I don't care what the label says. I like utility over artificially feeling better. Though there's like one pair of like actual women, it might be two, but like one pair of like very obviously women's jeans, and the fucking pockets are sewn shut, and I hate it. It's so stupid. I would rather just get slim fit men's jeans and get the best of both worlds. Cause you know what? No jeans can contain my ass. That is not a joke. That is just the truth. Anyways, sometimes I don't have a notebook with me. And that's a lot of the time. I mean, when obviously I'm in college, so I'm carrying around the laptop bag. I've got a small notebook in there. I've got, if I can get it out, it's a little tricky here. I got a songwriting notebook at my desk at all times. I even bought like a personal journal just to write random shit in every night. I'm going to start doing that. I did that when I was out getting an extra blanket, which you can see behind me because it's fucking cold out. And the apartment's at like 65 degrees. And I don't want to work the thermostat because computer, stay cold, please. I am trying to like not have this be everything. But sometimes it does need to be everything. Sometimes it is very helpful when it is everything. And as much as I would love to just have 8 million devices and notebooks and whatnot on me, that's not realistic. At least in my current situation where I'm a little low on money. I gotta keep an eye on that. I shouldn't buy too many like extra splurge things. I can't carry as many devices as I would like. It's a case of just like the lifestyle that would be most beneficial to me. I can't really get right now because it's kind of expensive. And I know you can go to a thrift store and like get cheap shit or whatever, but I like having things that function and are good. So yeah. And like I do want to genuinely limit what this thing specifically can do. Cuz like this is the main problem here. Like laptops, they're a little clunkier to carry around, and obviously they can do like a whole bunch of things, especially since I installed Linux. I can get lost on that thing for hours and hours and hours just screwing around with it. But it's, very limited battery life, even though Linux has basically doubled the battery life on that machine. And it's also, again, much bigger and a little clunkier to whip around than this thing. And then obviously the main PC here, good luck taking that anywhere. Like, just the setup for this thing is such a pain in the ass. And then yes, it does so many insane things and so many things that I need, like editing software for the videos, Photoshop for full renders of art and thumbnails and all that fun stuff. I use Studio One. That's my DAW of choice. If I ever am just like, I have some free time and I'm like, you know what? Let's try tracking a song. Let's just see what happens. I can play games on this thing. I can obviously browse the internet. Like, this thing does so many things that I'm not going to get rid of it. Because, like, a lot of my interests do rely on technology, and I am genuinely interested in technology. So it's not really something I can just remove from my life. And I know, like, the whole point of getting dumb phones isn't to, like, go back to the Stone Age or whatever, but you get what I mean? It's really hard to disconnect, like, fully from the internet and from technology when so many of my interests rely on those things. And in the case of this specifically, this is how I communicate with all my peers and my friends. This is where I get updates like on the fly of like, hey, we have a surprise show this day. We have a show gets rescheduled. We're not meeting for class today. This thing is genuinely helpful in many ways, and I don't want to like get rid of that just like for I know it sounds weird, but like I don't think my mental health is being that negatively affected to warrant that amount of restructuring of my life, especially when finances are not great right now. And again, it's also a case of just like, I've uninstalled social media. I canceled my Spotify subscription because I'm just like, you know what, I'll just fucking pirate it. I'm gonna replace it with an MP3 player anyways. I'll just fucking, I don't care anymore. Unfortunately, still paying for Prime because that's a lot of things I also use pretty frequently. Like, I'm sorry, I need my fucking Has-Been fix. I fucking like Has-Been Hotel, God forbid. And then also, Mighty Nine and Vox Machina, I really like those shows, man, okay? Like, Prime's got some good shows that I want to watch, and I also buy a lot of shit on Prime when I have money, so... And Amazon Prime Music, horrible streaming service, but easiest way to get MP3s. So, why would I not? Why would I cancel that? It checks all the things it needs to do for me. And it's only like $8 a month compared to like Spotify's $13. And like, Amazon, both Amazon and Spotify are pushing AI and whatnot. But at least Amazon's like big tech conglomerate thing that has its hands in so many different jars that it's like, yeah, of course you would do that. Like I also just don't really see it that often. Like I see it when I open the app, but it like never really pushes it. Spotify doesn't do that either, but Spotify is also banking on AI artists staying on the platform. So fuck you, Spotify. You're a piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. And also, they don't let you fucking download the goddamn music, even though it says download the music. You don't actually get a download. It's so stupid. Spotify's fucking dumb. And like Amazon's obviously not great either, but at least like when it says download, it actually downloads, you know? I don't know where I'm going with this rant. What I'm trying to say is I don't think switching to a dumb phone is really the right choice for me. At least not in this current state of time. I just realized you can see the lamp in the reflection of my glasses. That's better. Kind of. You could still see it, but guys, I'm trying. This isn't an easy setup to work with, and I don't have a fucking ring light, so... I mean, you want to see what it looks like with it off? Hold on, that's RGB mode, hold on. There we go. This is what it looks like when it's off. This is as bright as it can get without it literally flashbang. So, on it goes, I guess. Obviously, going for dumber technology isn't the greatest option for me, like financially speaking, and for various other important reasons. So I kind of have to go with plan B and just kind of like diversify where I do things as much as I can. Because realistically, I could do everything on here. I don't. But it does do a lot of the things that I could be doing, like say on this computer or on the laptop. So like if I decide, oh, I'm watching way too much YouTube, I'll uninstall YouTube from my phone and just check subscriptions at like the end of the day on my computer or something. And I am trying to do more like physical activities, not exactly like working out, because I just fucking hate working out. I don't like it at all. But like journaling in a physical notebook and like taking taking physical notes. It's kind of hard to see, but I do have like a big notebook back there. And then one of my courses literally is designed with like a physical notebook thing in mind. It's hard to explain without getting into details, but I'm trying to go as physical as I can with things while also still having technology to help me in areas where going physical might not be a great idea or might just be worse for everybody. Like, I'm not having a physical Dungeons and Dragons character sheet because fuck leveling up. Fuck keeping track of my hit points. That's going to look awful by the end of the damn campaign. And also, fuck organizing all of those notes without just like going to different sections. Like, I get the appeal of having a physical Dungeons and Dragons notebook. That would drive me insane. Like, I like having, especially with the campaign I'm in, it's very lore heavy. There's a lot to remember. I need shit organized. If I take notes physically, it's infinitely harder to organize those notes. And I just don't want to fucking deal with it. Especially when we have such limited time to play because we're all college students. So I do D&D virtually, mostly because I have to, for the sake of everyone involved. And also, 2 campaigns I joined are only online, so that's kind of just how that is. Like, one thing I've definitely noticed is that being around people I genuinely like vibe with, I can just talk to about whatever, like, that helps so much more than anything to do with this. Like, yeah, sometimes when I'm talking to friends, I'll just open up phone, look at whatever. First of all, we all do that. Everyone in our friend group does that to some extent. And I'm also not I'm still listening. It's just sometimes when my brain wanders, and I gotta let the brain just do its thing sometimes. And it's like we all get it. Like my friend group, we all get it. It's just kind of this. It's just a thing. Half of our friend group is diagnosed with ADHD or the TISM, and the other half probably should be, but isn't for whatever reason. So we kind of get it. Sometimes you gotta do the fidget. You gotta just let your brain do brain things, because the brain is not easy for us. I guess for this video, it's just kind of I mean, all of these videos are basically just like video journal entries in a sense, where it's just I'm just spilling my mind out into a microphone. And it's just a lot easier to do that in an environment where I can really just be myself. And then going back on topic, because I realize the brain's braining. It's braining again. But like, technology and like smartphones and whatever, they do serve a purpose and they can be helpful. But with where we are, like where companies have gone, is like there's so many ads and things to keep you on the screen to harvest your data and sell it to fucking data brokers and whatever. Just, they need you on that screen to make money, and it is actively harming you. So whatever you can do to limit the screen time, you gotta do it. And like obviously that's not gonna be every app and every device. I've disabled as much fucking telemetry data on my copy of Windows as I can. And my laptop is running Linux, so it's no one's getting any of that fucking data. But like with this, it obviously whoever your phone manufacturer is going to get data. And then whatever apps you use are also going to get data. And at this point, it's just kind of like you just kind of like be mindful of what you're doing. And if it's bad enough to the point where you need to get a dumb phone, by all means, get a dumb phone. If it works, it works. I won't question it. Just do whatever helps you. If this gets bad enough to where I need to get a dumb phone, I'll take out a loan. I don't fucking care. If it needs to happen, it needs to happen. But for the time being, I still need, this still has use, and I still need it. So unfortunately, I'm kind of just stuck with it. And hopefully I can limit this little shit as much as possible and get into, more of that and more of like drawing, which some of you might have seen. I have been drawing a little more frequently. And then also like I want to get back into fucking reading. Like I remember like in fucking elementary school, I actually liked reading just on my own. And even in like middle and high school, some of the books I had to read, I was like, damn, that's a good fucking book. I didn't have time to finish it, but that's a pretty good fucking book. I liked Fahrenheit 451 in 1984. I'm kind of a nerd. And like, one of my classes this semester, like, our textbook is literally Tolkien's Silmarillion. And it's like, I fucking love Lord of the Rings. I would love to learn more about that world. And like, there it is. It's that green one right there. I love that. It's so cool. It's a really cool book. And I am excited to read it. But my brain is fucking fried. It can't read for shit. Well, obviously I can read. I can still read. It's just very agonizing and slow. Because the way I was taught to read, or at least this is my brain theory after watching too many YouTube videos on how we're all going to die. But like in school, I was taught to read only to find like certain pieces of information. I was never taught to read for fun. I don't know how the hell I ever read for fun because they never taught me how to read like efficiently. So I want to learn that again because like I got the fucking Silmarillions chilling over there. It's the fucking lore book on Lord of the Rings. That shit's cool. It's a cool book. It's got pictures and everything. Like, I want to read that. And I have to read it, technically, for a class. But I want to enjoy it, too. Like, yes, it's technically a required material for a course, but it's the fucking Silmarillion, dude. I just want to read it. But, like, I'll fucking read fantasy. I'll give that a go. And, like, maybe somehow, some way, I can unlearn the fucking I need to learn shit for the test brain that mindset I've been in since fucking first grade or whatever. And I can actually, like, efficiently read a book. Like, read more than 2 pages every 10 minutes. Like, I don't know if this is like undiagnosed ADHD or just schooling is that fucking terrible at teaching you how to like read a fucking book. But like, I read so fucking slow. It's agonizing. I sometimes I have to reread like entire paragraphs because I'm like, I I got so lost and just stopped paying attention to what I was reading because I get that sidetracked or that bored. Like, I don't know if it's like something that needs to be diagnosed or just the education system in this country has failed me again. But like what? Other people don't have this issue. I know this. I know this for a fact. My mother is a very avid My mother is a very avid reader. And so is my sister. Like, two people in my family are very avid readers and can knock out a book so quickly. Like, they will be done with entire chapters by the time I'm done reading the opening paragraph. It's like, what is wrong with my brain? It's so good to be in my own space, like my own space with no interruptions aside from Ty barging in every now and then. But like, I roomed specifically with Ty for a reason because I actually like being around him. So it's like, I like being in a space where I can just be me, and then this video is like infinitely more energized than all the other ones I've recorded for this fucking channel. But that also comes with the downside of I'm a little all over the place because I'm like all hyped up and shit, and is like, ah. But yeah, I guess the main takeaway from this is I do relate to the sentiment of like going for dumb phones. I do think like if you can, that's probably the most beneficial thing you could do. But I also recognize, hey, I do a lot of important shit on this device. I can't really get rid of it. So what I can do is make it less of a jack of all trades and just have it be like the communication device and like barely anything else. Like that, I guess that's my takeaway, is just do what you need to do. And if you can't get rid of this for a number of reasons, or just any reason, then limit what you can do on it so it doesn't become a bigger problem than it probably already is. Because let's be honest, we're all fucking stuck on these things way too often. Like, uninstalling YouTube is a very high possibility. I've watched like the entirety of that platform's content over break. It feels like I keep watching reruns because I'm just like, I've seen everything at this point. I'm just waiting for the content creators I give a shit about to like release the next damn original quiz. Willie also, God. Yeah, I guess just think about how bad the technology issue is for you. How bad is it on you? And go from there. Because for me, uninstalling social media has helped. And getting more into hobbies and whatnot has also helped. I can't axe out, the smartphone or technology in general for numerous reasons. Obviously, the music, I like video games. I genuinely just like tech anyways. And then with this, there's also just messaging and staying up to date on things I should know about, like show dates or reschedulings or who's on what song. It's just there's a lot of like specific things I need this thing still, like, to keep it on me. So I can't just get rid of it. And I'm also broke, so I can't really get a dumb phone anyway because I got no money. But what I can do is just limit this thing as much as I can. And if that's the situation you find yourself in, that's what you got to do. Just do what you got to do. I know times are rough, and I know The main reason I fucking uninstalled social media is because I know the world is a fucking shit show right now, and I don't want to be reminded of that every day. Sometimes I want to have a nice walk to class and not get bombarded with all the shit the administration did today. That helped. I'll continue monitoring this thing, how much I use it and its effects on me, and go from there. Because even the thing with like YouTube, it's like, yeah, I do scroll through YouTube a lot on this. I also do that on the computer when I'm trying to get work done. So like, what the fuck do I do here? I guess grab my laptop, do my homework elsewhere, which I know, psychologically speaking, scientifically speaking, whatever, I should be doing anyways, because my brain thinks of this as like the gaming, chill, leisure space, and not the I need to get work done space. So like, I know I should be doing that. I don't, because it's my baby. It's my baby. And you know, sometimes I don't work. Sometimes I like take a break and I go play a game. It's like, and also it has the nice headphones. So like if I want to just listen to Spotify while I get work done, or it has the software I need. It is just, It's like there's these things where it's like I could see the problem. There is not an easy fix for the problem though, because this also has this, which has the thing causing me problems, but also has the thing I need to do. And it's, technology is a fucking double-edged sword. Let's be honest. It's like, it has become so ingrained in our lives, we can't live without it, or at least we can't live, like, normal lives without it. You could go live in a cabin in the woods and probably be fine, but nobody's going to hear from you. And you're going to be living a very different life from everybody else. But then it's also like, this is our own worst enemy, but also mandatory for a lot of the things we do. It's like, do what you think is right for you, essentially. I know there's a lot of people saying that you should do this, you should do that. That's not a one-size-fits-all solution. That's their recommendation. It might be based on a lot of facts, and it might be a good recommendation, but that might not be applicable to your situation for whatever reason. So like, just do some thinking, do some soul searching, and see like, do you need a stupid phone, or do you need to just dumb down your smartphone? I mean, this is another textbook over there. We don't need to talk about it. That's a textbook. I don't. I was just reading that one's a pain. I tried starting the other textbook over there. It is, oh my god, it's a fucking textbook. I don't know how anyone can fucking read textbooks, dude. That shit is so boring.